I have chicken cooking in the background. All right. Ugh. Let's talk about vulnerability. All right. Vulnerability is what I would describe as a two-edged sword. All right. On one hand, yes, you get to bond with somebody on a extra and deeper level that is more intimate, potentially even romantic, right? It could be sexual depending on how the fuck you go about it, but ultimately, it is usually intimate or romantic, right? As being vulnerable is a very hard thing to do in this world, right? However, alternatively, because you just actively sat there and spilled your guts to whoever the fuck may be in question, right? You can also be in a position where they may use it, weaponize it, or simply critique it in a way or not respect it in a way that you may deem appropriate, right? That is what happens when you are vulnerable, right? It is a risk factor that says that you give a fuck about the other person and trust them overwhelmingly, but it is also a thing where it shows that you might be able to be exploited in some way or mannerism that you would never expect, right? I would say, of course, the natural, well, we'll figure it, the most appropriate person to speak to about something would obviously be someone you trust a lot, someone you speak to often, a person you've known for a long time. Those are usually the most common factors of people, right? Or characteristics that you would want to be vulnerable around, right? If someone is questionable in nature, I honestly highly suggest not just maybe don't tell them shit, right? If they have a questionable background, maybe don't say shit, right? If you don't know them that long, obviously don't say shit, right? These things where you become extremely vulnerable with people are supposed to be specialized towards people that ultimately you are highly confident will stick by you no matter the fuck what. You know what I mean? That is something that I feel a lot of people simply do not know or they do not know how to identify.